What's up world, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be changing out our shift boot on the Mazda 3.
Oh really, dude?
Now if you haven't already previously seen, I changed out my shift knob a couple videos ago. If you haven't seen that, go check that out so you can get all the information that you need on my shift knob and what I'm running. Now something I did a little off camera, I actually got a shift boot collar for Christmas.
Oh really? I didn't know that, and I didn't need to know that.
I was gonna make a video on it. I didn't realize how in-depth it was just to put the little collar on to hold the shift boot up.
I don't know what I'm doing!
So I'm gonna tear it all apart, show you guys exactly how to do it, because all the same process is gonna be used to remove our shift boot. We're gonna be removing the leather shift boot. I think it's boring. You know, it's something that most manual drivers do. You know, it's just something to spruce up the inside a little bit more. So I went ahead and picked up a new shift boot. Now this one is actually from a company called Shift Royal. Now with shift boots, there's a wide variety of shift boots that you can get. You can actually make your own shift boot, which is something I might do later on. First thing we're gonna do is undo our shift knob. Now what we're gonna do is pull back our armrest, get it out of the way. So on your instrument cluster, there are two clips right here. What we're gonna do is pry from the corner, each corner. You're gonna have to use some force to pop these out. 1, 2. There we go. Now we have access to underneath our center console. I don't know if you can see this, but right here we have two accessory wires. These are gonna be your functions for your volume and your main dial. So we're gonna have to disconnect those two. So with your two clips unplugged, we can go ahead and pull up the entire center console, straight up and out. And there we go. It's a quick disclaimer. This is for just manual transmissions only. I've seen people change their shift boots out on automatic vehicles. You might have a couple extra steps. You might have something completely different. So just a quick disclaimer, this is just for manual transmission Mazda 3s. So now we have our center console. Now to get our shift boot out, what we're gonna do is flip it over, and we have two screws right here that we need to remove. Now this plastic piece is what keeps your shift boot in place. As you can see, they've just cut holes for all these little clips to fit through. That's something you're gonna have to do on your new shift boot. So we're just gonna slide all that out and just pull that through. So we can take this shift boot off and just put it on the new shift boot. What we're gonna have to do is, since this is just a universal shift boot, we're gonna have to cut it down to size. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we don't want it getting caught within the shifting column and the gearing and everything. So that's why we're gonna have to cut it down to size, roughly around the same size as your factory one. What we're gonna have to do now is cut out each individual hole for each individual plastic little arm to go through and sit in. Before we go ahead and throw this back on the vehicle, what you're gonna need to do is get your boot collar. Now there's two ways we can go ahead and install this onto our shift boot. So the first way is to take a hot glue gun, hot glue all the fabric to the actual collar itself. That's how they do it with the factory one. They just hot glue it straight to your collar. I don't have a hot glue gun really accessible to me. So the next best thing is to take the smallest zip tie, the thinnest, the smallest zip tie that you can find, and wrap it around the collar. The zip tie, you pull it tight enough, it'll hold it in place, and there you go. So either way, do one of the two. After that, we can go ahead and hop back in the vehicle and reinstall the center console. Now, it's just a matter of putting everything back into place. So we're gonna line everything up. We're gonna go ahead and put our pigtails back into place. And then all you have to do is put your shift knob back on. And there you go, guys, that's the installation complete. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.